Studio 10. We had to come out on the weather patio today because we were talking barbecue. And here's the sauce boss himself. We got Connor from Smokeshow BBQ. How's it going?
Good. How are you? Thank you for having me.
We're super excited to have you on because, well, we're big food fans here on Studio 10, but also too, it's June. I feel like more and more people are trying to do the grill and barbecue, and you have kind of that secret sauce.
Absolutely.
Yes, and what's really cool too is you started kind of dabbing into the food industry when you were in high school.
I sure did, yes.
Yeah.
Got into it nice and young.
Yeah, so what drew you to the barbecue?
So growing up, I always enjoyed cooking. Me and my dad always, on the weekends, would always go outside and grilling out. We always go up to the meat market and see what we can find, see what creativity we could have and put on the grill, and how we could feed the family that night. So barbecue was the one that I got started quickly when I got out of high school, and kind of grew into passion now.
Yeah. Passion and business.
Yes.
I mean, Smokeshow BBQ, super exciting. We're seeing the close-up of the sweet and saucy barbecue sauce, which I love that name. It's sassy. Talk a little bit how you got to make this particular sauce. Did you have to do a lot of trial and errors to make it just right?
Oh yeah, so actually growing up on the weekends, as I was talking, we always made our own sauces that would go on top of the meats, but this is the one I made one day. It was actually pouring rain out. I told my parents, let's grill something, this can be interesting. So I went outside, I threw some wings on the grill, I started putting together some sauce on this pot, and they were like, this is phenomenal. I'm like, really? I'm like, okay. So I tweaked a little bit, and then I made it again the next weekend, add a little bit more sugar, add a little bit more heat, and it kind of just got to the point where everyone was like, you know, I like this. You should start bottling it. So I started looking into bottling, seeing what would help preserve it on the shelves, and then it kind of took off from there. Reached out to a few local meat markets, got it started in there, and it kind of things took off itself.
Absolutely, yeah. You're in Capital City Market, and of course you have catering and all of that, and some of the food that this goes well on. Let's talk a little bit about what would be perfect with this barbecue sauce.
Absolutely. Well, in front of me I have two of my top selling meats that pair really well together. Here on your left you have our beef brisket, and here on your right we have our pulled pork, and then dead center in the middle we have our mac and cheese. Everyone thinks our barbecue sauce is perfectly on just proteins, but I'll tell you what, it goes perfectly right over mac and cheese as well. A lot of people at catering events will come up with a plate of mac and cheese and just start dousing it in the sauce. So it's not just good on the meats, but anything else, such as your pastas, even marinades. Yes, very good at marinades. Add a little bit more vinegar to it. Very well there.
Very versatile, which I think is really helpful because, you know, sometimes we do like to kind of change it up what we have on the grill.
Absolutely.
Because grilling season never gets old. But, you know,
I'll show you creativity.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, kind of being that creativity that we need here on the grill. But how can people support you? You know, we talked about how, you know, you started this young, and you are, you know, definitely younger in terms of the catering business, but how can people support you, especially with all the fun events that we have going on during the
summertime?
Absolutely.
One of the biggest things I'm pushing right now for support is buying our barbecue sauce. I do have it in Capital City, Mertz Meats over in Okemos, as well as the Old Town General Store over in Old Town, and the East Lansing Food Co-op right down in Kalamazoo Street. So just stopping in to grab a few of those bottles will help boost our sales and get into the Meijer stores as well. So that's our next goal, is to try to get into the bigger Meijers. So getting that support there is always helpful. But also using us at any of your catering events. Whether it's from a 20-person event to a 300. We'll be here to support you, whether it's barbecue or pasta bar, taco bar, anything you need to fit your guys' guests.
Oh, I know, there's so many events. Well, we have that information, of course, on the screen, but thank you so much for stopping in and really showing off the Smokeshow BBQ with your sweet and sassy sauce.
Well, thank you guys for having me out on this beautiful day. I appreciate it.
Yes, well, keep up the amazing work, and I know after you eat, sometimes it's good to kind of relax, and another good way to relax too, especially